every now and then I do a video. I got nothing on my mind. I got everything on my mind. I just figure what's to talk about. Now it's going on 6 months for me to get my operation. At any given moment, the tumor, I got a 1-inch tumor on my left kidney. At any given moment, it's cancer. At any given moment, that metastasizes. I'm a dead man. I'm probably a dead man now, I don't know. Now it's going on 6 months now to get an operation in Massachusetts. Right? Then they found something wrong with my heart. He's gonna heal me. Believe me. He will not let me die like that. Believe me when I tell you that, people. Jesus will intervene. He's intervened already once in my life. He saved me. Believe me, I couldn't walk. Asthma attacks. Ever since that experience, my asthma was healed. I'm back where I could walk. I lost everything because I couldn't walk. I'll tell you something. You see what's going on with these Democrat Nazi? You see how many Americans that are... No one's doing nothing to help this president. My only beef with the president is he's letting all the illegals in, giving them Social Security numbers, green cards, and he's shipping them all over the United States. Massachusetts is getting so bad. It took me over an hour to drive 39 miles from 495, the amount of traffic in cars. I got a friend that's a Brazilian. And their Social Security is running broke. They got something like we got, and it's better in Brazil. So they're going broke because they're robbing Paul to pay Peter. We're robbing Paul to pay Peter. We got a deficit that's totally out of control. See, it starts getting out of control, people, the more and more money that's added to it. The interest, what they say, $1 million a second, you know, or $1 million a minute. I think it's down to, I know it's like $100,000 to a second, or $1 million a second. It's $1 billion. It's $1 billion a week or $1 billion a day or something like that. That just keeps compounding. Look at it. You've got the Nazi Party, which wants communism. So if you're a Democrat out there, you're a communist. You're a freaking communist. And if you think, right, life is going to be better under social, or they call it socialism. See, they give everything that's freaking evil. They give it a nice name, socialism. See? Democrats hide behind. See how they use the Constitution when they need it? I like to go down. I got cancer. I'm a dying man. I like to go down and arrest Pelosi. Maybe I should come and arrest you for treason, you and Schumer and the rest of the gang there. Because the American people ain't standing up. They ain't friggin' going. And the new gun law, all right? They ain't going, no one's doing nothing. And the new gun law, the president's gonna sign, it's got both of them, in other words, they're gonna outlaw the AR-15, that's in the bill. How they put it like, nothing that holds more than five bullets, any gun like that is going to be outlawed. The red flag laws are confiscation. That's what they are. It happened to me. Just happened to my friend who was fighting with his wife. The neighbor called the police. Now, the neighbor must have said something to the police. He had guns, and the cops knew he had guns. He has a collection worth close to $200,000. He goes, they took everything. When he opened the door, cops walked right in because he opened the door. You could talk to the cops through the door. They walked walked in, we want your guns. I guess they were looking right at him or something. You know, they took every one of them. All right, now he went before the judge. Well, we want to see, you know, if there's, I want you to go to counseling, you and your wife, to make sure you're not a threat to your wife anymore. And then we'll talk about issuing your guns back. Told you, you'll never see those guns again. They're probably all gone now. Cops took what they wanted. Anything of value, they take them, they keep them. Who's going to stop them? I told you the red flag laws, you people don't get it. It's a way of confiscation. Democrats don't. In every Democrat state, they got red flag laws. They came in my house. It's just to pull the restraining order on. I didn't do anything. All right, didn't do anything. But where she is she, and I am just a poor, disabled guy. She got the restrainer. They came right to my house, went to the police, wanted the guns. They got 2 guns. I never got them back. Never got them back. But they're 3 times. I'll bring my brother. He's got a license. Oh, we're not giving them back. Just like that, we ain't giving them to anybody. Because they already took them. You know, Jeff Friends, people ain't seeing it happening now. My friend Russell called me. He was watching YouTube videos, and he said, there's thousands of UN troops here. What the frick are they doing here? All right, that people are seeing and the chatter on YouTube. What are they doing here? Huh? Now, they say the population is 330 million people. I think it's double that now. And I'll tell you why. I got a friend that's a Brazilian. He's got a thing, a town that he grew up in. And he literally brought the whole town here. It was it's called, he did it in 1 year, brought 10,000 people here. All his friends, family members, and then their family members, and then it took them 1 year to do it, because they had to pay for tickets, you know, plane tickets to come and visit family members. He got 10,000 in the state of Massachusetts here in 1 year, 10,000. No one ever left, because they know the Democrats and the Republicans are fighting. All right, that nothing's gonna happen to them. They're not gonna be deported. First stop that they made, welfare. First stop was poor. Housing. Americans gotta wait in line for housing. And they're talking of building 69,000 units here in Massachusetts for the illegals, not for the Americans. There was plenty of housing for Americans before the illegals started coming. All right, we are being overrun in every state by illegals. Don't you notice it, people? Don't you notice it? Don't you notice it? Does anybody notice it? I notice it. Where I live, Chelsea, Mass, no one speaks English. And you look at the bus stations, there used to be 1 or 2 people every night I come home. Now, 10, 15 people, because they got no car. They got to take a bus to wherever they're going. The illegals. And then they get a car through the welfare. Welfare pays for their car because they get so much money. They never had money like that. And they're buying cars. No license. They pay the first month's insurance and that's it. They don't pay anymore. They drive the car for a whole year. They have no problem re-upping on the thing there. All they gotta do is change their name. That's it. Put an M in the middle initial. Now, same name, but with an M. That's all they gotta do. Welfare don't bother them. State of Massachusetts don't bother. It's getting so bad, it took me over an hour to drive 39 miles. That's how many cars there were bottlenecking on 495, and they're expanding it. Right, bumper to bumper down 114, which was never like this. I've been driving this road 7 years now. Never like that. See what I mean? The amount of people in Boston, I had to go for a test. It was bumper to bumper from friggin' Revere, and then when we got near the hospital, it's bumper to bumper going into the. That's how busy Mass General is. I think they make $1 billion a day, literally. I don't even think they got time for illegals, because they got so much people paying by insurance and people paying cash. All I'm saying is, it's I talked to. I had talked to Hutchison, right, John Hutchison, and Believers Underground, and I don't know if they remember. I said, and this was going back 7-8 years. I said, it's a mathematics. I go. It has to do with math. I said, you got a society. We let so many people in. See, the people that want to be Americans love America. The people that come in here illegally hate our friggin' guts. They don't like us. Go to their countries and see how they treat you. The Americans go down to Cancun and stuff, they're getting killed, murdered. And the country hates our guts. The Mexican War, don't you think they don't forget that? One thing about Spanish people, they never forget. When they never forget a vendetta, put it to you that way. They never forget. And how did they conquer all that? When they're grabbing all the gold from the Aztec Indians, And then they get that Indian blood in them, which they're born alcoholics. Same with the American Indian, born alcoholics. Friggin' soldiers used to send the wagon trains down with whiskey. When they're all drunk, they come in and kill them. How do you think we got all the land in the United States? It's the blood of Indians. Why do you think they don't pay taxes? Why do you think they get casinos? It's reparations. The only thing that's bad about the Indian population played with alcoholism. All I'm saying, it's a mathematical equation. The streets aren't getting bigger. Don't you understand? They're not getting bigger. All right? And the houses are the same. You understand? They're not, see, in Boston, Revere, Everett, they're building high-rise. They're building 10-story buildings where you would never be allowed to build. There's so many people, the congestion in one area, that the roads cannot handle the amount of traffic. What's going to happen in Boston, I'll give you a prediction. Within, I'd say less than a year, but definitely within 2 years, they're going to have to outlaw cars going to Boston. They're going to have to outright outlaw it. Or that even an odd number they have in France, Britain, can't drive on an odd number, you can only drive on an even number, then the next day it's an odd number. See, this is what's going to start happening here. And all the farmers in New England, a lot of them have been put out of business by Obama. And then the big land grab that Obama grabbed. He grabbed 80%. Do you know 80% of Nevada is owned by the federal government? Obama grabbed all the ranchers' land. Wherever they were ranches, Texas and stuff, Obama grabbed all their land. And then if there was a little water on it, right? Remember? Friggin' one guy in New Hampshire got fined because he had water on his land. Friggin' guy, he's on my right-hand side trying to push me over. You see a big land grab because they had plans of Hillary getting in and then would finish the job. Okay, the gun laws, the red flag is confiscation. And no one's doing nothing about it. Well, let me tell you something, all you gun owners out there, and I'm dead on. I said, Jeff Rentz, I said, in 2 years, it'll be illegal to own a friggin' gun. If the Democrats get in charge, it'll be a high felony, all right, with like 5 to 10 years put in jail if you own a gun, you don't turn your guns in within 2 years, if the Democrats get in. And all their elections are corrupt. Anybody that's vote Republican, they got people on the inside, you know what I mean? They're going to do the same thing that happened in Florida with that black lady, throwing all the Republicans' votes and having them all destroyed so there couldn't be a recount. You know what I mean, people? This is going to happen all over the United States. Anywhere it's Democrat run, look at their cities. Taxes are so friggin' high. Over here, the sales tax is now 6.5%. Within just a couple of years, they went up about 1.5%. Cigarettes, $13 a pack. Last year, they were $9 a pack. Now they're $13 a pack, almost 13. So I mean, to find money for the illegals. Almost half the budget of Massachusetts goes in, because they're all scamming it. The welfare, they're scamming it. I know one guy, I did a video a couple of years ago, pulled up, and I was working in the area where all the illegals are. You know what I mean? I was fixing cars. I just got out of the hospital. Pulled up in a $100,000 Mercedes. He goes, America welfare. The guy got 15 checks coming to one address, and no one bothers him because of his last name. Aguado. That's his name, Aguado. He gets checks. Then he got people living in his houses, right? And he's grabbing women board from all of them. And they're in the cellar. He's got like 20 or 30 of them in the cellar. Illegals. That's what's going on in all the Spanish neighborhoods. You can't even drive in a Spanish neighborhood because you can't even move. And this is not just the Spanish, you know, but they're the majority. You got the Muslims coming over the border. You got ISIS coming over the border. You got over 60 countries coming over the border now, and it's all blacked out by President Trump. That's my other beef with him. He had Fox block it out. Thousands and thousands, I told you, and it happened. Just look at go look at their news from friggin' Guatemala to friggin' to the United States. A total friggin' solid line coming in. They're telling you, it's down 54%. Yeah, well, 54% from a million a month. He's giving them green cards. And he's putting them all over the United States, flying them right to customs, everything, no identification, not flying. You don't even know who they are, Trump. You're flying them all in our neighborhoods where I live and my kids live. The jobs, when they're having kids, then these kids are gonna want a future. They're gonna want Social Security. Now, you got Social Security for 50 million Americans retiring. Now put another 150 million illegals when they come to retire on top of 50 million Americans retire. You're talking 300-400. Obama robbed Social Security, robbed it. How do you think he'd build out all the carpets? He robbed Social Security. Oh, we'll replace it. Obama's words, we'll replace it. When he, never replaced it. They took, almost $1 trillion out of Social Security, half of 500 billion, or it was a high number that he took from Social Security that Americans have been paying in for years. That he robbed right from the American people. And he had $1 billion of that cash that he put on the tarmac in Iran. He had $1 billion redirected somewhere just for him, which a lot of people don't know about that I know about. And the people he had do the job, he paid them all off. That's why he gave them 150 billion, because everybody was going to get a piece of that. How we got that money? I don't know, because we got a crooked politicians, Republican and Democrats. They're all crooked, all owned by China. China fills the pockets of Pelosi, Schumer. How does all our politicians, especially Democrats, leave millionaires and billionaires? Joe Biden, billionaire. Because they're all crooked. They sold America out. They sold our technology. Hillary and Biden friggin' in cahoots with China. They got quiet subs now. They got missiles that we don't even have to take out satellites right in space. They never had that technology. Their missiles couldn't even hit the side of a barn. Our politicians sold America. I just wonder, all these friggin' politicians, Democrat and Republican, when the shit hits the fan, where you gonna go? Because let me tell you something. When you start the gun confiscation, you're going to have a problem, because people are going to go after the people that caused it, like Pelosi and Schumer. Yous are going to be targets. You people think you can just take Americans' freedoms away and that Americans are not noticing. Jeff French, Americans aren't noticing these people. Believe me when I tell you, these commie bastards. We had commies in the 50s, 60s. They'd be hung in the street. Hung in the street. Now they're in, now the video that I did, I said you're going to start seeing radical Muslims and you're going to see radical politicians, and it's going to turn communist. I always call it the Democrat Nazi Party. Hitler wrote a book, Mein Kampf, and they have done, I think chapter by chapter, they have done it, the Democrat Nazi Party. Look what they're doing to this president. Haven't you had enough people? Haven't you got miserable Americans that rather see this country collapse because they got somebody to hate, Donald Trump. They got somebody to hate. They're so friggin' miserable and happy, they need somebody to hate. And Jeff French, you were right. Hillary is gonna jump in, and Bourgeois, whatever that friggin' moron's name is, she'll probably pick him. Dead on. You dead on, Jeff French. You're friggin' dead on. Because you're starting to hear the chatter. Hillary get ready to jump in. She's gonna jump in like big savior to the Democrat Party. The friggin' criminal she is. See, Trump, when you got elected, you should have known they were gonna non-stop. I said it. I said all Obama's people are all everywhere because he put them all in. I said that on one of my videos I erased. You understand? You should have went after them. You got that attorney general that did shit that caused that whole investigation. Should have been fired immediately, and another guy put in. I don't know how the guy does it with all this friggin' news. The news media owned by Zionist Jews people like George Soros. George Soros, right? What he did is he used to friggin' give up the Jewish people. Give up the Jewish people, all right? That had big land and shit. So the Nazis would, he's a Jew, but he's a Zionist Jew. He killed his own people, right? He would come and then buy their property. That's how George Soros made his money. Look what he did to Venezuela, bringing in all the illegals from South Africa, North Africa to Venezuela, crippled their welfare, crippled their country. He's doing the same thing to us. George Soros behind over 15 attorney generals that he all gave $1 million to win, and they let even attempted murder, they let illegals go. Rape, they let them go. These attorney generals put in by George Soros, infecting this country with that. He should be whacked, that guy. If I had the means, I'd go whack that friggin' guy in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think a second thought of putting a bullet in that guy's head because of the misery and death and carnage that man has caused. I think George Soros is the most evilest man on earth. George Soros, and you heard put it here, is the most evilest man on earth. See, Satan keeps them living. That's the problem. Satan keeps them living. Trump, George Soros is taking you down, man. And you should do something about that. Because he's a matter of national security. He's no different than a friggin' terrorist. Only he does it with money. He terrorizes this planet with money. He's responsible for over like 7 countries he put in the poor farm, this guy. And then he would make investments. So once they went into the poor farm, it made him more billions. Most evilest man on earth, and no one touches this guy. A rich person out there, a good rich person, or the people should put $10 million hit on that son of a bitch. I'm telling you right now. And all these communist Democrats, we would never tolerate 50s, 60s, and 70s, and even the 80s, right? We would never tolerate, even the 90s, tolerate socialism, communism in our country. We wouldn't even tolerate it. I mean, the video's too long. I know it's too long.